What's going on YouTube? Gabriel right here representing the movement towards improvement down here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona at the Raven Golf Club at the back of the range at the Tour Striker Academy. Okay, Jim's been teaching down here for quite a while, helps Martin Chuck with the golf school. So Jim's just going to do a little bit of a bunker overview and just share what he seems as some of the most common problems with amateurs and what they should do. Jimbo, take it away.
Okay, thanks. So I think the biggest thing that people struggle with is having some sort of a consistent divot when they hit a bunker shot. It's normally too long, deep, and far behind the ball. So they get the ball too far back, handles too far forward, and they hit something that looks like that, where it's very deep and long, okay? They also get the guy who hits the ball first. They hit this one like that, right? So they hit the ball, oh, there it is. So then, you know, they hit their low point's almost too far forward. They hit the ball first and then the sand. So what we'd like to see, or what I like to see is, you know, it's not necessarily open the face and aim left, but if you can control the size of your divot, that's the most important part. So a divot that looks kind of like that. So you see how shallow that divot is. It's a good couple inches shorter than this other divot, and it's a little bit shallower. It's not quite as deep.
You know, Jim, real quick, it's kind of something you can kind of see if I were to bring this camera in here is, I don't know if anyone really talks about this, but you can kind of see with this divot right here, it's like a darker sand because you're going deeper.
Yeah, because it's going deeper down into the sand.
And that one's a little lighter sand because you're not getting down to the more wet stuff. So
yeah, that's a good observation.
You can tell the difference in length and depth.
So the thing about having a long, deep divot is it's going to be hard for you to hit a softer shot. You're going to tend to, you know, run them out too much or hit them too low. So the thing that is going to help with that is if you've got, you know, a wider stance, of course, more knee flex, and really feeling like there's an angle here in this left wrist and this ability to kind of have this throwing motion that's relatively shallow. So we can just move the sand in that fashion, but there's still enough loft to get it up nice and high and soft. And, you know, so if you see there, these divots here are pretty consistent. So what I like to do is, you know, I just do a drill where I'll draw a line in the sand. You know, the ball will be right here kind of in the middle of that, and I'll just practice clearing out that sand right there. So you see that's a pretty good divot, right? So what I'd see a lot of people see, I'd see from a lot of people, they have a divot that looks like that. It's too far behind and it's a little bit too deep. Or you see a lot of people, they'll hit a divot that's too far forward and they hit the one that kind of skips up. So we don't want to be too far forward. We don't want to be too far back, but we do want to be slightly behind the ball. So compared to striking, that's why it can be confusing, because we get on the range and we're doing all this striking where we want, you know, long extension and this sort of standing up, pivoting, turning sort of move. We don't need all that in the bunker. We need to have a consistent divot, you know, utilizing the bounce and making sure that there's a lot of loft on the club to make sure that it gets out.
And Jim, really quick, I mean, what some people might not understand is that the sequence for a full swing and a bunker shot are complete opposites, right?
Yeah, they're completely different. The only time I ever tell someone to really restrict their lower body is going to be in a bunker, where I'm really feeling like I'm generating the speed with the shoulders, feeling like I'm still staying forward, but I'm not having any sort of up and extending that way, because I don't really need it. Because, you know, I do this bit all the time. You see people digging in, they get, oh man, I got to swing so hard and I can hit a shot out of here with one arm, you know, being able to get it up and out. So what gets it out is having the bounce utilized and making sure that there's enough loft on there. So I have a lot of people hit one arm bunker shots, so they can kind of get the feel of this dropping motion, letting the club kind of pass the hands. And, you know, I get a lot of people that come in here and they hit some cruddy shots that way, but even there, I just demonstrated that I hate that divot. That's too deep. So I need to do one arms, feeling this divot a little bit more shallow. You see the differences in the divots there. That sort of divot compared to down long and deep.
Now, Jim, what's maybe some of the main problems? If someone sees that big deep divot, is there like one or two things they can kind of look for on what might be causing that? Is that maybe they're holding the angle too much lag, or are they swinging too far left, or ball position's too far back, or maybe all three of those?
Yeah, it could be a combination of each one of those things, but I feel like the best way to get a shallower divot that's not as long is I like to get this feeling of swinging kind of around with the face staying nice and open, like it's pointing at me the whole time. I don't want to get this sort of down to where the face is pointing down at the ground. I want to feel like it's pointing at me the whole time, and I'm kind of swinging around my body with my hands so I can produce a nice shallow little divot that way, compared to a divot that is down. They always tell you to swing, get the arms up and across, hitting too far down in that way. So I feel like if a hand path was more round, letting this loft get exposed.
Now, Jim, can you go halfway down on your downswing and stop for a sec? I'm going to kind of try to show people where the face should be if they have a slow motion camera. Go a little further back up for me, just right there, okay? So most people understand is that this club is not going to be 90 degrees, okay, like it would be for full swing. It's going to be maybe about 45 degrees, and like Jim's saying, he's not trying to swing very far left, but more of a neutral path, I suppose. Jim?
Yeah, more kind of end to end. I'm not trying to come.
And one of the ways you could check that, Jim told me, is you want your divot just going, slightly left of the target. If your divot's going too far left, it means you're coming too across the ball. Does that sound about right, Jim?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want a divot to where if I'm going at this short flag right there, pretty much right over that golf ball. What I see a lot of is we get the ball too far back, and they tell them to get the hands up, sort of that way, so you can see where's that divot pointing. Like way left over there, like I almost shanked that. Yeah. So one, opening that face too much, if you check this out, what happens to the face when I start to open it? It kind of starts to go away. So what do you have to do as a golfer? You got to aim back over there to the left to get the face back, because you see a lot of guys, they hit a nasty shank out of there because this hossel's the first thing getting to the ball. So having a little more neutral in terms of the face, the handle is still low and relatively back. I feel like it's pointing at my belly button, but the face not opening too much and aiming too far left. But I'm not going to tell you to hit, if you do it that way and you hit good bunker shots, that's fine. That's what Phil does. He lays the face open and opens way up. I'm not going to tell him how to hit bunker shots, but he has a consistent divot, and he knows how to control the speed and the amount of sand he takes to control his spin. Okay, Jim, so what I want you to do, start from setup, go over all the key points, just go through everything one more time so people can have a little checklist, write some stuff at home so they can check it at home or when they go practice, and then hit one more good shot for me. Okay, so the biggest thing, kind of if you want me to go through every single step, I'm kind of finding out where I want this ball to start. Even, this is a pretty straightforward shot, so I'm kind of looking at a spot in the sand. I'm setting the face first. I'm not resting it on the ground. First off, my stance is wide. My knees are flexed, and my handle is low. So I've got an angle here, and I'm feeling like my right hand is more on top of the club. This is going to get me that feeling
Weaker
of around.
Position.
What's that?
Weaker position with the right hand.
Absolutely, okay. Weak. So then I'm feeling like my hips and everything's kind of forward, and I'm really feeling stable with my body. And now I'm just feeling like this face stays open, right? We don't want it too closed and the hands too far out. So I'm feeling the hands swinging around, feeling the face open, and really feeling a throwing motion like what we talked about with the right arm hitting shallow right arm bunker shots, getting to a position where I feel like the face is pointing right at me this way, and making sure that this club gets very vertical so that this ball can get up in the air with lots of loft and a nice shallow divot. Yeah, Jim, real quick before you hit this, like if you have a Casio camera or an iPhone 6 and you're recording yourself face on like I'm recording you here, at impact, would you say it would almost be a good thing for the shaft to be 90 degrees or maybe slightly ahead, but if you don't want a lot of shaft lean like you mentioned? Yeah, we don't want this, the shaft can be actually slightly forward, but we don't want it to continue to go forward this way. There needs to be, with this left wrist as you come through, or this right wrist would be a better way to explain it. See how this handle, at impact it might be slightly forward, but it instantly starts this sort of behavior here to where the club head's going to really start passing the hands. It glides through, you get that shallower divot. Yeah, and it utilizes the bounce with the shallower divot. All right, Jim, we're putting the pressure on you here. We're recording this one. This one's live right here. Put it close, little buddy boy. Go in. Oh!
Wow.
Pretty nice.
Not only can the guy teach it, but he can do it. Nice stuff, buddy boy.
Thanks.
Damn, can you give me a lesson? I mean, when I see his shots like that, I mean, with the pressure on.
All right, closest to the pin. If you get inside of that, I'll buy you some.
All right, go film the
din
camera.
din.
Go. Want you to go pan over, because you guys, they don't call me Gabriel Ryder MTI. No la deal sa da bang bang, for no reason. All right, Jim. So let me see if I can kind of go through what you said. Wide stance, okay. Knees pointed out. You get the stability like Sevi, okay. Like you're almost a sumo wrestler. You want that low base. Handle low, face not too far open. You're gonna shank to the little shanky. So handle low, weight a little bit forward. And for me, I'm gonna focus on that throwing action with the right arm. Okay, Gabe, a little weaker right hand. Oh, a little out to the right, but not too bad. I feel like after watching
I feel like that's a very respectable shot, considering the one that I just hit.
You know, I mean, I can't match Jim with a lot of stuff he does in real life. He's just one of those freaks of nature, just seems to excel at everything. I mean,
more attractive.
Well, except for that, but everything else he excels in. So you guys, this is Gabriel right here representing the movement towards improvement. Thank you, Jimbo Logic, for sharing some of your time, insight. Hopefully you guys picked up some stuff. Write that stuff down. Go record yourself and make sure you have it too. I'm sure that'll help you guys. Subscribe. Hit me up on Facebook, Gabriel M. Ryder. Instagram, PGA Tour Driven. Subscribe. Links all down below. Okay, thanks for watching that video, guys. I really appreciate it. And if you guys have seen the fundraiser that me and Blair set up yesterday, reached its goal one day. So thanks, you guys. I'm very grateful, very appreciative. And we're going to bring some really good videos from Hawaii. We got our plane tickets already booked. Bags already packed, so we'll be leaving soon. Now, even though we've already reached our goal, you can still donate $20 and get access to my exclusive short game videos that are only going to be on my membership site. Plus, you'll still be helping us, create videos here in Hawaii. Now, the rest of the money is going to go towards a really good cause to a really dear friend of ours that really needs it. And we will share where this money goes, the extra money that's raised from our goal. I guarantee you will love where we put the money to. So thanks again, you guys. I really appreciate it. Subscribe. Go click on the link in the description box. Please help out. Please donate. It's going to go towards a really good cause. We really appreciate your support. Thanks.